Good morning. It is February the 21st, 2018. Time to kick off another trading day with our usual disclaimer. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact of any uncertain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Well, we opened today with the Emini pointed lower, treasuries pointed higher. The dollar is stronger, and the reasons given for that is that perhaps the FOMC minutes will show 4 interest rate increases in 2018 as opposed to the projected 3. It's really been an anomaly with the dollar headed lower in the face of 3 interest rates increases. Normally when a country increases their interest rates, money flows, which strengthens their currencies. The one assessment of why that is happening, or one reason given, is that because the bond market is selling in the face of more interest rate increases, nobody wants to buy treasuries because they're headed lower, and because nobody wants to buy treasuries, the dollar is headed lower. I mean, it's kind of a circuitous way to get to a lower dollar. I know myself is when a market's going lower and I get down to my buy area, I always hesitate because I think I can buy it cheaper. And it's difficult to get long in a down market when you're making new lows. If you're in a trading range, it's not difficult to get long when you're moving sideways and approaching support. So the story might actually explain why that happens. Be that as it may, last night equities were mixed. Asia up, UK, EU, US equity markets down. Asia being up after the selling we had in yesterday's Dow. And E-mini is unusual, but it can happen. The economic news out of the UK and EU was soft, lower than projected, showing economic slowing. We have some news today in the US PMI composite 54, manufacturing 55, service 53.5. Doesn't usually impact the markets. Existing home sales 5.65 million. The 5-year auction, which generally brings in light selling. Markets don't go straight up. This one, if you're going to guess a day where the treasuries would be sold, it would be today. Yesterday's auction wasn't very good. And then the FOMC minutes, which is where I think the major news focus will be today, based on either 3 or 4 interest rate increases. So first piece of news hits is right here. It'll have some impact, not a lot, than existing home sales. And this at 2 Eastern, so this will be the biggie. Right now, because of the 5-year auction, 19 to 23 is sell 1, 27.31 sell 2. The E-mini falls out of bed and takes out 2,700 and sells pretty hard. I would imagine treasuries would be up. 9 to 13 buy 1, 1 to 5 buy 2. And I know that's below where the overnight session is. You might have to pay 15s to get in, but my idea is because of the 5-year auction, we'll have some back and forth today. We'll see if that actually happens. Okay, the knob spread's only 2 ticks higher than it was yesterday, so we don't have a lot of interest in treasuries yet. And the 30-year was a little softer yesterday, so 4 to 8's number 1. 11.15 sell 1. 19.23 sell 2. On the buy side, 24.28 number 1. 17.21 buy 1. That is support. And we'll make 5 to 9 buy 2. Gold was off a little bit in the overnight, not much. Usually when gold gets slams the next day, it tends to move sideways. A little lower, but the bottom doesn't fall out. So right over here, we've rejected prices below 29 the other day, and we have, right now, we've rejected prices below 28. So, and here we are at 30. So we'll make for a 26, 25 buy 1, a little wider than normal, and then we'll make 22, 24 buy 2. On the sell side, 32, 34 sell 1. And the spill was from 38, so we'll make 37, 39 sell 2. Just leaning against support and resistance, but normally when the market's been slammed, it pauses the next day. Okay, the euro is still headed lower. We don't get to the euro as much as we'd like to, so let's fold all this back in. And we'll do it this way. And I think I'll just leave it that way. Look at a saddle formation. So probably some pretty good support down here right beneath the buck. The 2290 area. These are dailies. Looking at the F2, trying to trade lower here. So we've got basically 123 even for that low, and then we've got the high volume number down here at 83, and we're at 25, so we'll go 123 even, 123.10 buy 1, 75 to 85 buy 2. On the sell side, 30 to 40 sell 1, 55 to 65 sell 2. Crude oil tonight. Today is not the inventory day. I don't believe it is. Double check that. Yeah, it's at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Well, yesterday we had a half an inch of ice, snow, and sleet. Pretty dense. Supposed to have another storm coming through tonight. It's supposed to drop 1 inch or less. So, getting the cold temperatures, and hopefully we get a little bit more moisture than they forecast. We certainly need it. Okay, buyers at 61, So 61 even, 61.25, limit buy right here against that high volume number. Buy 1. 50 to 75, buy 2. On the sell side, a limit sell would be against that number right there. We're at 42, so 50 to 75 is resistance. Sell 1, 62, 62 and a quarter, sell 2. I think it's probably going to trade up and test that maybe 75 area up there. You can see we've got a pretty clean break in the market in that 75, 85 area right up in here. We've got the low volume number at 83, 88, so I don't have a strong feel for it. Some days you'll come in and just know you should be a buyer or a seller. Don't have that feel for crude this morning. Okay, the E-mini's got volatility. We can pay attention to it. A lot more than we have. Again, it's still a contract where every game that can be played is played and will be played. So, looks like 2700, 2705 is pretty good support. And right now, the best resistance would be 30 to 35 up in here, but we have rejected prices above 16. And then the spill yesterday came out of the 32 areas. So here we are at 1250, and so I think we can get up a little bit higher. I'm going to put a question mark at 16. So we'll put 19s to 24, sell 1. 29 to 34, sell 2. Don't see that we have a lot of news moving the markets today. 1 to 6, buy 1. I'm guessing 2700 is going to hold. Then 91 to 96 for buy 2. And the FOMC minutes this afternoon is probably what holds us in a trading range. Holds the market in check until that's out. And we'll see if that actually happens. Okay, it's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. Going to get busy on that. I will be back with you as soon as possible.